friends, welcome to today's video. Oh, I got my hair freshly done. I love it when it's this color at this point. Makes me so happy. But in addition to getting my hair done today, I also just got back from doing my groceries. And you guys really seemed to like this video last week, which I get because you sort of get to see a really good overview of like the meals and lunches and snacks that somebody is having for the week. So I thought I would do another WW Freestyle grocery haul, and I am so excited to show you this one new snack that I have discovered, concoction that is so satisfying to me and I'm so happy about, and I'm like looking forward to having it at the end of the day. So I think I mentioned this last time, but I have a couple of dinners planned, only two because generally there's leftovers, but also I share cooking dinners with my partner. So I'll plan 3 meals, he'll plan 3 meals, and then we'll have a meal maybe out once a week. And I do have lunches that I'm taking packed to work that are cold lunches, so I'll show you that. And I will mention as well that I am not a breakfast eater. I'm not hungry in the morning, so I kind of follow the cues of my body. I'll usually have coffee with 2% milk and some sweetener, but that's kind of what I feel like until about noon. I will also mention that here in North America, they're doing the new plans being released on Monday, which is November 11th. I am actually planning to go to a meeting on Monday just because I'm trying to figure out better how to fit the meetings into my new schedule. My plan right now is to stick with freestyle as it is. I really like the focus on fruits, veggies, and lean protein. I think it's the healthiest thing. And I don't mind doing a video talking a little bit more about why I'm going to choose what I choose after I actually go and hear all the intro, but let me know if you guys are interested in that. So let me get into my plan for lunches for the week. So my plan for the week is almost to make like a little layer dip to go with some crackers instead of having a wrap like I did last week. So I'm going to be using some of my Laughing Cow cheese. I have some left over from last week, which was the garlic and herb that I bought. So I'm planning on putting that into a little Tupperware and mashing it up a little bit. I also did buy this week some of this Laughing Cow smoked cheese because it was on sale, and I do really like this one. It's my favorite. So although I don't think it's the right flavor to use for my layer dip, I want it to keep this on hand. So I'm gonna mash that down and maybe put a little bit of 0% Greek yogurt into it as well to almost act like mixing cream cheese with sour cream, which is often what you do in those layer dips. And then I'm going to pour onto that a little bit of salsa. I got this home-style Mexican salsa. I thought I like the kind, I know some people love super chunky salsa. I really like the kind that are a little bit like looser and waterier, that have like a more consistent texture, kind of because I don't actually like tomato. Like, I don't like the texture of tomato, so I like it when things are a little bit more blended. And then I also got some green onions because I can slice these up and it'll give it sort of a nice oniony zing and a very nice freshness to it. What I was looking for to have with my layer dip are the corn thins. I think that's what they're called. They're called the corn ones, but I couldn't find those at the grocery store I was at, which is disappointing because they taste like really light tortilla chips and you get a lot of them for a very low amount of points. So if you can find those, they are a great substitute for tortilla chips. As it was, I found these Ritz Crisp and Thins. In looking at all the different sort of cracker options that were there, these ones were 4 points for 21 crackers, so I'm probably going to take like 3 points worth of crackers. So that and the Laughing Cow cheese would be the only thing with points in it, which would make this a 4 or 5 point lunch. But to provide a little bit more filler for that lunch, I'm also planning on taking some baby carrots and some cucumber. I bought full-size carrots last week and I prefer those, but when I'm in a rush and haven't prepped my lunch the day before, peeling and cutting carrots, I'm much more likely to eat baby carrots, so it's a little bit of a cost for the extra convenience. And then I got these cucumbers, which are the little Lebanese style cucumbers, which I quite enjoy, and these ones I can just kind of like top and tail them and then just stick them into a dip. I might end up making the same dip as last week, which is the 0% plain Greek yogurt mixed with the Clubhouse ranch seasoning to make a really nice ranch dip. And then, as if that's not enough, because I like to have options for lunch, but also because I usually end up not eating all of my lunch at work and having the rest of it as a snack when I get home from work, I also got some apples and bananas because I like to have 1 or 2 pieces of fruit that I take along with me, so that if I'm craving something sweet, I can have that. So those are all of my lunch options. Now, because I am not home at lunch anymore to have my absolute favorite 0 point chili, I'm going to make that as one of my dinners this week so that my partner and I can share that together. It makes a lot, so we'll probably have that for leftovers the next night, and then I will probably even have a couple of servings to freeze and keep in the freezer so that I can have it for a dinner or a lunch at another point. So for that, it calls for green pepper, but I like the taste of red pepper better, so I got a red pepper. And one of these 2 onions I'll be using for the chili, the other one I'll be using in the other dinner that I will tell you about. I saute the pepper and the onion and some garlic, which I already had, up in a pot in a little bit of olive oil cooking spray. And then once that all cooks, I add chili and cumin spice, which I also already have. And then I put in all of my canned ingredients, which is a can of crushed tomatoes. I always go just for whichever one is on sale. And then 4 cans of black beans. I bought 4 cans. I'm not going to haul them all out to show them to you, but believe me, there's 4 of them. And also tomato paste gets added in there. I use the entire can, and I usually put in some kind of hot sauce as well as salt and pepper, and then let that all simmer for like 10 minutes, and then it's good to go. And it is so tasty. I usually top it with a little bit more hot sauce as I'm eating it, and then also some 0% plain Greek yogurt, which acts like sour cream. I'm actually having dinner at home myself tonight, which means I'm going to be having some leftovers out of my fridge. Some of that chili, actually. I never get sick of that chili. And I'll be having that with some toast, but I also found a cantaloupe that was on sale. So I am probably going to be having a big bowl of cantaloupe to go with my dinner tonight. The other dinner that I'm going to be making this week is the speedy channa masala from the Yum and Yummer cookbook. A lot of the ingredients for it I had on hand already, which is a lot of spices, fresh ginger, fresh garlic. I have all of that on hand. The other onion that I showed you will also be cut up and put into it. And then to that, it's another can of crushed tomatoes, a can of chickpeas that I already had in the cupboard, and again, a lot of spices, and then again, probably a bit of that 0% Greek yogurt to make it a little bit creamier. It's really the spices that make it. It has garam masala, turmeric, just all kinds of lovely spices cooked into it, and it ends up being basically a point for the entire thing, because the only thing with points is a little bit of the oil that you use for cooking the ginger and garlic and onion at the beginning. Also for the speedy channa masala, I did pick up some coriander because I think it just adds like a real punch of brightness at the end. Okay, so throughout all of this, I've been talking about all of the many ways that I use 0% plain Greek yogurt. Use it so much. So I bought a bunch of it this week because it was on at a good price and I think I'm going to use it. So I found this cedar Phoenicia 0% plain Greek yogurt. This ended up for 500 grams being $3.25, which is a good price here. Often these are like $5 here. So I bought 3 of them because in addition to all the ways that I have it sub for sour cream, it also factors highly into my favorite new sweet snack that I have discovered. I am so freaking excited about this because I also see so many options for the future of this. There's just so many variations I can do. So basically in a bowl, I put probably about 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt. And then I went and bought myself protein powder. So this protein powder is, and most protein whey powders, if you get a whey isolate, they're pretty much pure protein. There's also like sweetener and stuff in there to make it sweet, but there's very few carbs. So a scoop of this, which is more than enough to really flavor and thicken up the Greek yogurt, is 1 point. And this that I got is freaking birthday cake flavor. There are actually even just a very few colored sprinkles in here to almost make it feel like funfetti. So I take 3/4 of a cup of plain 0% Greek yogurt. I add a scoop of this to it. I might loosen it up a little bit with some 2% milk if it's getting just a little too thick and hard to mix together. But I mean, it doesn't taste exactly like it, but it has such a nice birthday cake frosting-y kind of feeling. But sometimes when I am having that kind of snack, I want some crunch in there as well, not just have it all be smooth. So I mix into that a 1/4 cup of granola. Almost all granolas are 7 or 8 points for a 1/2 cup, but I only use a 1/4 cup of it. And I hunted around and I thought this one looked really nice, but there are some amazing flavors of granola out there. This one is the Harvest Crunch Dark Chocolate Cranberry and Almond. I thought there were going to be chunks of dark chocolate in here. There's not. It's just the granola is kind of chocolate flavored, which is a little disappointing. Next time I get granola, I might get one that has like chunks of chocolate in it. But I put a quarter cup of this in for 4 points. The protein is 1 point, and I get a big bowl of yummy, crunchy, frosting-y tasting goodness that is like jam-packed full of protein, so it keeps me so full. And I eat it with a spoon, like super slowly, like just dipping a spoon in and then like licking it off and having little bits of the granola. Oh my god, so yum. Takes me like so long to eat, keeps me so incredibly full, and is only 5 points. And I'm so excited because, I mean, these proteins are expensive. Like this ended up being $45. There's a lot of it in there. So that was pricey. I actually bought these two things a little earlier in the week, so these weren't part of my groceries today, which is how I know how much I love it. But you can get other flavors like chocolate mint or like peanut butter chocolate to mix into the Greek yogurt. So once I, you know, have this for a while, make my way through it and understand whether or not I'm going to get sick of this as a snack, I may end up buying some other awesome flavors. I think there may also be like cinnamon roll and stuff like that. There's some really cool flavors out there. So this is what I'm most excited about. So these things probably together were about $50, which is kind of crazy, but this was a huge part of it. But all of my other groceries, because there was no meat involved, I think, came to $45 and some odd cents, which is a lot cheaper than last week. This last part is just going to be very specific to anybody watching this who is in Ottawa. So one of the things about Ottawa, for those of you who maybe don't know, we are the capital of Canada, but we are also in the province of Ontario, but just across a river from the province of Quebec. So if I actually look out my window and look a different angle from what you guys see here, I can see another province. So if you go into Quebec and go to Adonis, which is a grocery store chain in Quebec, their fruit and their veggies and their cheese is super well priced. So if I can get over there to do my weekly shopping, they don't have quite the selection of like a bigger brand name grocery chain, but it really does save me on money, which is really awesome. So I'm like leaning on the protein container. I'm super excited about my meals for this week. I am super excited about having this as a snack every night. I've like already built it into my meal plan for the week. And yeah, so that's my grocery haul. Thank you so much for joining me for this. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want me to keep doing these every week. It actually gives me incentive to like try new things for lunch and different recipes, because I know seeing me talk about the chili again wasn't that interesting. There is a video for that recipe on my channel. I will link to it down below. I've been talking for far too long now. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!